I will never, ever take that many mushrooms and watch a political debate again.
I was on Jerry Springer's podcast, and this is way fucking better than that.
Take me into your portal. I'm ready.
The hell did you just say?
I'm bummed. I'm bummed. I never knew we were dating that whole time, though. You should have texted me. It probably would have been really fun if I'd known.
Saw a bunch of people run into the Capitol. I thought, fuck, this sounds like a fun idea. It wasn't until I got home, people were like, Jay, I didn't know you were a racist conservative. And I was
I am waiting here. 1,000 years here. What's going on? You talking about something? Yeah. Yeah. How are you, everybody?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday, February 27th, in 2021. It's time for The Least We Could Do with your hosts, Jimmy and Dwayne. What up?
God, my freaking mouse, right as we're...
Man, I am so unprepared for tonight. It is
my mouse just died, and I don't even know how to open this thing. Look,
is it a battery-operated mouse?
Yeah, it's Dell. Can somebody send?
Just shove the whole thing off to the whole top. Just push it up.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Kyle, figure out what's going on with him.
I don't want to break. This is the only way that I can navigate.
You guys, we started a show. And it is live right now.
Okay. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's the least we could do. Dang it. We do this every Saturday. Last week we did it, and oh my god, I was fading.
Were you not secretly hoping that he was going to have an on-air meltdown about his mouse?
No.
So that everybody could see what we go through behind the scenes?
I'm not going to have a meltdown, but I mean, it's like what do you do when you
smash it against the wall?
That's Thomas. Thank you. Smashing it against the wall is the. I was not ready for this.
It's just not. There's no life. What is on and what is off? There's an O and then there's an I. Which one's on? Which one's off? And
it's a 1 and a 0.
Eyes probably ignite.
Oh my god.
O is probably
a power symbol.
It's working for a second. I've got it. Okay. All right. So look.
You know what?
Welcome to the show. We've got an amazing show. Let me tell you who we've got here. We've got two wonderful guests. We've got Chris Tellez, or some say Tellez,
Tellez.
And then we've got Wild Bill Ogden. And oh my gosh, the amount of talent. Chris is a comedian. He does stand up in town, and I ran into him the other day.
Jimmy, no.
I ran into him the other day and said, "Do you want to be on the show?" And he said, "Yes."
That's not the guy.
And
that was supposed to be the guy.
Shut up.
Okay.
No, don't tell me to shut up.
Okay.
Don't be rude.
Okay. Yes, you're right. So I got a message from Chris. He got a gig. He's a comedian. When a gig comes, you got to take it. And so he's over at the Chuckle Hut, and he's at the Chuckle Hut in Crystal, Texas tonight, killing it. I'm sure. Probably got a drink ticket.
He's getting some chuckles, and
he's not going to be here tonight. But so I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I promised people. Promised him Chris Tellez. Tellez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I said, you know what? Cross off the Z, put in an S.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Tellez.
Yeah.
He's an Austin fixture in film. He's got an IMDb resume that let me just tell you, some people say that Ethan Hawke owes his career to Christopher Tellez. I believe that's what he said in our pre-interview. Is that
people
right?
don't say that? No.
But so he's going to be joining us in just a little bit. We're going to talk to him, and then Wild Bill has got the Easter. What did he call it? The Easter shenanigans. Easter surprise.
Bunny blowout or something. I don't know.
Easter
Something
blowout.
Easter.
Bill also demands a fake bio intro as well.
Okay. What's up, Dan? He's going to be joining us. He's got an Easter play. As you know, he's got his yearly Christmas play. I'm in it. It's called the Honky Tonk Holidays. We had to do it claymation style this year due to COVID. But the Easter play is in full effect. I think it may be clay as well. Claymation.
I want to say the claymation version of you is much more entertaining than the real live version.
And he just looks,
especially considering that you didn't voice yourself, which was pretty awesome.
You like that? I
did like that
when a Jimmy character is voiced by somebody else,
somebody much more talented. It's so fucking awesome.
Least we could do. We do this every Saturday 8 to 10. We're here. How are we here? Because of our sponsors. Our sponsors. We've got Fluffy White Biscuits. Fluffy White Biscuits is one of our fine sponsors.
Oh, the Fluffy White Biscuit.
And I still don't know why she needs a choke collar. Like, I mean, she is ferocious.
She's fucking vicious. That's why she needs a choke collar. Look at you. She looks cute on the outside.
Ancient Astronaut Theorist University.
Till another dog comes along.
Our sponsors, your pins are going to be coming to Jimmy's Bazaar soon. I mean, they're right here. I don't know why they're not on the store, but they will be soon. Jimmy's Bazaar. It's one of the finest places. The guys, the big sexy. We're just talking to Johnny Rodriguez. This logo, care of Johnny Rodriguez.
Yep.
For Jimmy's Bazaar. Thank you, Johnny. And
from the Corpus Christi Harry Hooligans.
That's right. And they've got beards on the bay coming
up soon.
Talking Beards Network. Beards Network. We are on there. We were just talking about big sexies right before us. After us, there's tomorrow's show, which is
the Art Assault.
Man, I love watching that show when they're just painting. It's like I feel like I'm with Bob Ross. Check out all the shows on the Talking Beards Network. The Craft Beard Show.
You ever watch the episodes where Bob Ross's kids were painting?
No.
Those were great episodes, man.
WTF Wednesdays. What's on Thursdays?
I don't remember.
We've got the and then F It Fridays, and then thank you. Beard Laws on Thursday. And
Matt.
Just go and subscribe to all the stuff on Beard Network, the Talking Beards Network, and you'll be entertained for the rest of your life. Poop Knife.
Oh yeah, Poop Knife. Forgot about them.
Poop Knife.
What else? We missed Styco's Nub Scrub.
I almost needed a poop knife the other day with the carnitas that I've been doing.
I've been needing one more often lately.
Cleaning Texas one nut at a time. Austin Facial Hair Club. All the orders for everybody that competed in Cassie, all that stuff is going out this week. For what you ordered, the shirts, if you pre-ordered one, those I believe were just gotten, and those will be going out. Thank you for everybody that competed in Cassie last week. Thank you for everybody that jumped in on those auction items. Courtney's beard, Jeff Ray's bowl. You put your nuts in his bowl, and so. Also,
question about the shirts. When are those shirts happening? You said?
I think they were picked up today, or they're getting picked up tomorrow. So they'll be sent out soon.
Nice.
I saw that you ordered some, or you ordered one. Didn't order one for the rest of the family. You're just like, I just need me to get a shirt.
No. They each have one Austin Facial Hair Club shirt, and they want no more than that. Well, actually, my daughter has two, but.
What's the drinking word of the night?
I have no idea. I said I was so unprepared for tonight.
Why?
Taco.
What is the matter with you?
I don't know.
Are you in a mood?
What?
Are you in a mood?
Maybe, I don't know.
Are you okay? Are you like me, coming off of last week? Like when we got done with Cassie, and then we waited for Big Sexy to finish, and then we did our show. You guys forced me to do a show. You knew I was fading. I was dying. And you know, at
you
that
were
moment,
close to death. You were close to death. I'll give you that. And I was kind of secretly enjoying seeing you in that condition.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe I had a few more beers than I normally do on a Saturday night, you know, and it was early on in the day, or maybe quite possibly due to the fact that our water was shut off for a couple days, I hadn't been drinking enough water. Maybe
we did the math. You brought 9 beers.
Yeah.
I drank 2.
Yeah.
Kyle drank 2. That's 4 out of your 9.
So you're saying I only drank 5 beers?
That's it.
In 2 hours?
Yeah, in way more than 2 hours. Well, I don't know. You didn't start until we started the show, so I'll give you that. I'll give you that credit.
I just know that after it was all over, because of the adrenaline of running the show and being in front of the camera, afterwards.
Wait a second. Did you say the adrenaline from running the show?
No, from being, well, I mean, the adrenaline from all week while we were almost dying during COVID.
All the work that you had to do to prepare.
Well, now listen, Kyle was the linchpin to the on-screen presentation and the production. But I'm saying, you know, I was the quarterback for the event, the co-quarterback with Robin. So she and I had responsibilities outside of Kyle's myriad of tasks, which were enormous,
huge,
rose to the occasion.
Yeah,
Kyle, you amazing man, you did great. Only we can see you waving. Come here. Your connection is poor, and I can't allow you to talk on the air tonight. Okay,
that's fair.
Okay, go away. So he did a great job, and then so at the end of
he is not at Cougar Studios this evening.
All of a sudden, I felt like, you know how, did you ever get in a fight where you've got so much adrenaline, and then all of a sudden you started crying?
Yeah, it used to be my go-to. I would get in a fight, I would shit myself.
Shut up.
Seriously, I would shit myself, and twice I disrobed after a fight, took off my shat-in underwear and threw them at the person that I had just fought.
No, Dwayne.
Yes. Something about the excitement, the adrenaline rush of being in a physical altercation made me shit.
You are so lucky that we are not famous, because I think you could get shit canceled, man. Yeah. I mean, like they're gonna find
cancel someone who doesn't give a shit.
What was the guy's name?
Oh fuck.
Could we find him?
It would have been. Hold on. It would have been in Faraday, Louisiana. It was a closed down. I want to say it was a closed down A&P parking lot.
What was the fight?
I don't remember. Holy fuck, dude! This was.
I grew up next to an A&P.
20 something years ago. This was a closed down I think it was an A&P. It might have been a national. It was cold out. It was probably I don't remember. What was the fucking guy's name? God damn it!
And you don't remember what it was about?
No.
Is it like baseball cards? Somebody was
no. I'm sure it was either. I'll tell you what. It was either over a woman, or a bully situation.
Okay,
like someone was being bullied, and I was trying to stand up for him. Okay, that was like a go-to move.
You beat.
I got this fucking scar on my face. Yeah,
you beat this guy up,
Yeah,
In the
motherfucker
middle-
almost stabbed me.
In the middle of it,
I shit my pants. Yes.
like just like an explosion. Like was it
Yeah,
like
not like a
shart?
giant load, but like a nice shart leaves a lump, a
Okay.
small lump. Not
And
like
then after the fight was over, he's still on the ground.
yeah, I took my pants off, dropped trowel, took my underwear off, threw them on top of the dude, put my trousers back on, and walked the fuck off.
And then you didn't get a nickname after that.
Mm,
No.
no,
I-
not that I know of. No one called me that
can't-
to my
cannot
face.
be the drinking word of the day. We cannot have shit pants thrower as the drinking word of the day. You know, and are we able to take calls? Has anybody
Probably not. Kyle's probably not
I
able to
remember
take
getting
calls.
in a fight. Somebody called me. My buddy just called me a pussy. He was
Mhm.
like, "You're a pussy," and then I turned around and I kind of punched him in his chest, and I go,
Right.
"How's that for a pussy punch? Meet me after school at the soccer fields, 3:30."
Yeah.
I called
I
him
got
out.
a reputation in
And-
7th grade.
I'm in the middle of a story. You just told your
Your
shit pants
story
story.
fucking
telling-
sucks, bro.
I'm telling you. So we went to the soccer fields, and there he was. Like, I had because he was in my.
First of all, the
crew.
fact that this
He
takes
didn't-
place at a soccer field makes it a punk
Yes.
ass story.
It's why is it? There was music. Somebody brought a boombox,
Oh,
and I think it was like, "How do." You know,
Night Ranger. What the fuck is this? Wang Chung. What the fuck are we humming here?
Gonna be a man in motion. On the sea.
Was this St. Elmo's Fire? Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, like that was jamming on a big old boombox, right? And then so I was like, "You ready for this? You ready for some of this?" And then I jumped towards him, and then he punched me. I punched him, and we're going at it, and I just start crying.
Well, at least you didn't shit.
And I'm like, we were buddies, John. John,
Were you
Fernandez.
winning the fight or were
I
you
was
losing
winning
the fight?
I was beating him up,
And
I was
you
on
were
top of it.
crying.
and we
You look like a-
videotaped. We videotaped it, and we sold copies of the tape at school. And
Hold on. St. Elmo's Fire was playing on
maybe-
a boombox.
it
You
might have
did not have easy access to any type of video surveillance equipment. So I call bullshit on this fucking
parents-
story.
My parents had a camcorder,
Mhm.
and we all took the bus to my house. We got
Mhm.
the camcorder.
Yeah.
My buddy Fuad was the he was the referee, and he was like, "Okay, want a clean fight? No gouging, no punching below the belt. Okay, ready?" And then boom, and he was huge. He was a big dude. Like he could pick up either of us. He was like gigantic. He was like the Andre the Giant of our high school. I have an 8-track on one end. No, it wasn't one of those, Dan. It wasn't one of those. But I'm pretty sure that maybe some Thompson twins might have played like "Hold Me
Jesus.
Now."
Who did you hang out with?
One more night,
Oh, God.
stay with me.
I got a reputation in 7th grade for getting into
I
a
made
fight with
you
a
look
judge's
good.
kid. And
what? Sorry. What?
I old style challenged him, like slapped him with a pair of leather gloves,
Oh,
threw him down, and he picked him up. And when he stood up with the gloves, I punched him, and his head hit a air conditioning unit, and he dropped like a sack of potatoes.
did you shit yourself in this inner?
No, this was pre-shatting. I don't know. I wasn't squatting a lot back then. I don't know. Things were loose. Excitement.
I guess.
I wasn't on a regular schedule. But this kid, I just knocked him out I didn't knock him out. The fucking air conditioner knocked him out, but I got the reputation for being like the one punch artist, you know?
Oh, okay. So then you get a reputation, but somehow everybody glazed over the taking it. Now, and you said there's a
That didn't
second-
happen until later in life. I shat myself. The first time I shat myself in a fight, I was fucking 23.
Kyle, where are you? Kyle, what are you? How are you digesting this? Have you ever been in a fight? Have you ever used your fists in anger or to defend yourself?
Probably not.
In a
I would imagine not. That was not in style when Kyle was a child.
I grew up, I got a black belt when I was 19 in Taekwondo. I only got pissed when I was in the ring and somebody did something.
In the ring.
Did you ever poop your gi?
Nah, man. Nah, that's special.
Hey,
I'll tell you what.
He said, "What? You guys don't have nervous bowels? It's all right. Not everybody
It's
suffers
fine.
from nervous bowels."
You used it to your advantage.
I did.
I respect
I
that.
took pride in my mishap.
Okay. I mean,
Very well.
yeah. Thank you, Kyle. Listen, you did. You rose above. You had a terrible moment that could have been seen as weakness, and you used it to once again thwart your opponent. Okay, so what I was talking about though is that I felt like I had PTSD from last week, and
from Snowpocalypse,
from Snowpocalypse,
from Snowvid 21,
and then we just all it was 80 degrees on Sunday. And 80 degrees on Monday and Tuesday, and we all just went back to normal.
Yep.
And
Totally.
and then so here we are.
All of a sudden, power came back. Water was, you didn't have to boil your water anymore. Like, how do I know that I don't have to boil my water anymore? I'm trusting the city of Pflugerville that I don't have to boil my water, but last year they sent me a letter that they were missing one filter for 10 fucking months and there was some weird bacteria that was in my water. So how do I fucking know that I don't have to boil my water? You know what I'm saying?
It's something to say that we've all had a big wake up about how much we rely on the municipalities that deliver us water, deliver us power.
To be honest with you, I'm about to go and see if Alex Jones still has any of those water filters because I want one.
From what I hear, those water filters saved a whole bunch of folks. So I'm actually I'd be interested in getting one. What are they called? What are they?
I forget what they call them.
I don't know, but it's like
I know the real ones are called Berkeys, I believe.
Berkeley, yeah. But the problem is they all look like they've got the stand. They need to work on the stand because it's like.
Hold on, I'm going to the InfoWars store and see if they have any.
There's a receptacle that goes into the base, and then that's got the nozzle, but then you still need to get it up in the air so that you can pour it into glasses. So
do you think Alex Jones ever shat himself in a fight?
I don't know, dude.
I bet you he has. Why do you gotta go through a security check to get into their fucking store? This is ridiculous.
Into InfoWars? Yeah. Because people were going on to their site and just putting stuff in the cart because some of these sites. So
oh no, that's a plane. That's not a boat. What the fuck are you doing?
If you add stuff to the cart, it then holds it for like 24 hours for you on some of these cart sites.
Would you consider like an 80s model Cutlass a boat?
Huh?
I'm trying to do this fucking I'm not a robot thing, and like an 80s model Cutlass is kind of a boat.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're logging in and that's the security thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ooh, it says they still got the filter. $50 off. It's $219 right now.
Well, don't get it. You can get it on eBay for cheaper.
Yeah, but how do I know it's good? If I know I'm getting a quality product, if I'm buying it from Alex Jones,
you just buy the used ones because people would buy the more expensive ones, so they're selling their older models.
but somebody's shit water has been through that already.
What
Like, do you just
know?
immediately? Oh, they're called Alexa Pure. Alexa Pure.
But see, have you seen some of these videos where the people have the ionizer or something like that, and then they soak all their vegetables in it, and then they pour off the soak water, and it's got all the pesticides, and it's like you this is killing you. Look at this green and orange water. This is what was all over your fruits. And
what are they filtering? Are they filtering like tap water?
No, it's like an ionization of the water. And it's
of what water though? What source water are they using?
You could take water out of a gutter.
Okay.
And then
water.
put it in this.
Right.
And then once you filter the gutter water, it's now the right pH. And then it's the right ionization.
Right, I get it. I know how it works, but you're talking about the pesticides and shit that's left over. Like, how do you know they're pesticides, James?
Well, I don't. The videos that they are, and you got
whose video?
It was on YouTube.
I need sources, man. You're just speculating at this point.
But I'm not speculating. I saw it with my own eyes. It was like, hey, I press this button for clean my vegetable water, and then it's got like 10 settings. You can get the K9 water, or the K1 water, or the
what
osmosis. There's the low pH. There's the high pH water. There's the glacial water. It'll like clean as a glacier.
No,
something
ridiculous.
I'm not lying to you.
You're totally lying. You're totally lying.
And then it's a clean water, and it's like all reverse osmosis, and it's a negative ion water.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put an apple with alar on it, and the wax that they spray on it to make it stay beautiful. You put that in there, and then it comes out. Now, granted, all of your fruit is going to look disgusting when it comes out, because once the makeup comes off, it's like waking up in that one night stand, and you're in one of those chew your arm off
beer goggle nights.
Yeah. So
you're a ridiculous person. You know that, right?
Look, I am. But water is the key to life.
Okay.
And
you can't live without it. That's true.
If you don't have it guaranteed, you can only drink so much Topo Chico. I don't think that Topo Chico actually hydrates you.
No.
I think you can die if you drink too much Topo Chico. I think there's sodium.
The bubbles.
I just don't know. Nobody
get
knows.
Too much bubble content in your body. Is that what's happening?
That's the problem. Right now, we've got all scientists working on vaccines,
and nobody working on this Topo Chico problem.
The other science is Topo Chico going to kill you? The sources say
no.
Yeah,
the sources say no.
No, they say no. Allegedly. All right. So it's that time. Like I said, we were going to have funny Christopher Tellez with a Z on the show. His career is on the fast track.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have time for us tonight.
He's at the Chuckle Hut, right?
Chuckle Hut in Big Spring, Texas.
Texas.
He couldn't make it, but then I said to myself, "Wait, I'm constantly confused sometimes because I'll see a post on Facebook from Chris Tellez with a Z, and then I'll see a post from Chris Tellez with an S, and then I'm like, well, that wasn't funny. Why would he post this? And then it's like, oh, That's from Chris Tellez with an S.
So
Yeah.
so you couldn't get the funny one. You went ahead and invited the unfunny one.
Yes. It's a yin and yang tonight.
Gotcha.
Now he's probably funny.
Yeah. He
But
just
he's
doesn't
just
post funny shit.
He's just not Funnyman. Chris
Funnyman
Tellez.
funny? Like pro funny?
Well, he got paid for his gig tonight. So yeah, he's a pro. And he had to miss. That's why, because I didn't pay him to be on the show.
Well, I mean,
like
he's been
the
on
next
Comedy
guest.
Central. He's a pro, right?
Some say Tellez, some say Tellez.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Christopher Tellez. How are you, sir?
What's going on?
Has anyone ever told you that you vaguely resemble Armand Asante?
No, but I'll take it. Shit.
A young,
Shit.
like a Belisaire the Cajun Armand Asante.
Oh man, Jesus. Well, shit.
Or maybe even one of the vampire movies.
You must be being nice early because this is too good. Thanks. Cheers to you
Well,
guys.
somebody has to be nice to the guests on the show, so
I have
I
to tell you.
volunteer to do it.
So I have to tell you, I don't know if this was a mistake or not, but I told an aunt of mine, I said, hey, you might dig this or you might not. And she goes, I'm tuning in and I'm hearing about two guys fighting.
Yeah.
You know, these are people
Well, she
that
just
the word
glazed
Baba
over
Booey
the-
would be lost.
She just glazed over the shitting yourself part.
Oh, I'm
great.
sure she's she's probably written
Probably
notes.
shat herself.
She's probably written notes by now. But anyway,
There's a lot of people in this world have shit themselves. I guarantee you, I am not the only one.
Chris, were you a fighter in high school? Did you get into a lot of fights? What crowd?
I was watching you guys talk about this too, and I was only ever in 2 fights. And by the way, I was probably the one with the boombox playing the Thompson Twins. But but I'm going to tell you this one story that made me think of it. So I'm at the water slide. We're at the water slide in El Paso, okay, and I'm with my cousin, and we thought it'd be really cool to go to that. This one slide was kind of like a slow chill. You take your mat, and then at the very bottom there's a drop, right? And so you're on your mat. This is not tubes at this place. It was mats. It's El Paso, man. So we have mats.
I
So
remember
these
those mats.
Okay, so this is a Wet and Wild. So we'd go down the mats, and this is the preamble to the fight, because what me and my cousin thought this was really cool to hang out towards the end, and as unsuspecting kids would go by, we'd just hold on to the mat, So we thought that was our fun. That was about as close as I could get to that other fucking story.
You got to be pro with the mats. You fold the front edge up and you hold on to the
Yeah.
edge.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
got that nice curve, and they can't pull it
Yeah.
out from behind you.
And it was harmless. They're falling
fuck
into
those older
water.
kids,
It's
bro.
like we didn't, it wasn't that bad. But
Yeah.
so one kid, I grabbed the mat as he's going off the cliff, which he's supposed to go over, and I hold it, and he grabs my hand. Which is to say, so he's going to pull me down over the thing, and then it's fight in the water, I'm sure. So I go down, and the only thing I had was I went and I bit. I went down, I bit his hand, and of course he let go, and I was thinking it's over, and I got the mat, and on to the next, kid. So later on, we're sitting there, we're all having our sandwich that we brought or whatever, and the kid comes up and he says, "Hey, you bit my hand," and I said, "Yeah, well," and he said, "You're trying to take my mat," and I said, "Yeah, you were just having no harm, no foul, right? But I didn't want to go down, and I didn't know what to do. I panicked. I'm sorry." He goes, "No, we're going." So that summer, my cousin and I were taking karate lessons from Cliff Thomas, who was a kickboxer. We were there for 1 month. It was the year Karate Kid came out. The only thing I had was this.
The crane.
Oh,
I gave him the crane, man. The kid looked at me like I was crazy, of course. I gave him 1-2. He gave me 1-2. The security came. I heard my aunt was at the door. We took off. That was it. So I was a choir boy compared to your story, man. But yeah, that was my one fight. One of my 2 fights.
Me and this kid, Roosevelt Williams, when I first started going to public school in high school, We fought in my front yard for about 45 minutes. No shit, there were rounds. Like our friends were all there, came to watch us fight, and we would take breaks and have a drink and go back at it.
Okay.
I never understood the fighters. I've had friends that were fighters. We'd go out and it was like that was you guys are a breed of your own, man.
It was a different time, man. Like you couldn't do that kind of shit now.
What are we talking about? What years are we talking about?
Like late 70s, early 80s.
Are you serious? This is when wow. Okay.
Yeah, just
all right. Real quick, I gotta interrupt. Kyle, just make the drinking word fight and let's put that up there. I think we had poop your pants. That's too many words.
Poop your pants. That's not one word.
Drinking word of the night is fight. Now, Chris,
fight. Yeah.
You grew up in El Paso, but you spent a lot of time here in Austin. And
yeah.
Looking at your IMDb resume, you've been involved with a lot of big films, Robert Rodriguez films, Linkletter films. Tell us what it's been like to have your hands on or being a part of some of these productions that have come out of outfits here in Austin.
I got really lucky, obviously, because I was tenacious at first. I tell these kids all the time, man, do these internships. I mean, not in college, do them in high school if you want to. I had a real provincial kind of attitude about it. I thought, if you just, it's a ladder you climb, and you get and I was going to school at the same time. And I thought I was doing the right thing, where all my friends that were like that were really starting to rock were just doing their projects. But I got really lucky in getting on with some of these production companies that were really. You lost me? Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay. They were really nice. There's a woman, Ann Walker McVeigh. I mentioned her to you guys before we started this. She was just fantastic. She was the producer to Rick Linkletter for pretty much everything up through the Sunrise movies. That was a special time. But I'll tell you, my favorite job. We were talking earlier about Matt Bearden, but my favorite job was my first TV gig, Austin Stories, on that MTV show that lasted for a season.
I was going to ask you about that. Is that where you met Bearden?
That's where I met Bearden. I had the luxury, and again, it was a tenacious thing, but it was kind of being at the right time at the right place. I thought working for MTV, this is what I'm doing. This is why I showed up, man. I was a fan of Beavis and Butthead, all this time. This was right early 90s, and so I was just tenacious about getting these things and calling and trying not to be an asshole, but trying to be, look, I'm not kidding, and I'm not gonna, I just got to try.
Yeah.
By the way, this show reminds me of the show I used to go jump, for instance, on Access shows. I would just go and like Dave Pruitt of Raw Time. Me and my friends would go down there and like go fuck around and like, yeah. I mean, that's how we would geek out all the time. But all the friends that really, really rocked it were just going out and doing projects. And I had this real provincial attitude. I was lucky that I was able to work on these shows, but I had the luxury of being the rehearsals PA for the actors on the show. And since this was a show that was loaded with comedians, right? The three main stars and the two co-stars were comedians by nature, Matt Bearden being one of them.
Right.
You got to know, man, this was one of the most fun times to go to work. I mean, laughing my ass off all the time. One time, Richard Edson was a guest star, and I was a big Do the Right Thing fan, and I was in heaven, man. And that was real special. And then, you learn real early on about, because that's a show that we were told was going to come back.
That was a big time.
And we waited a year
too.
and then learned the hard way.
That was a big time for comedy too. What, late 90s, right? That show was going on.
Well, they sold that show. They sold that show, billing it as Dazed and Confused meets Seinfeld. And so you can if you remember anything about that show, kind of what they made. It's kind of what they made.
Guys, I want to announce to y'all, I am listening to this interview. That I'm.
I can get verbose, so that you've got to be careful what you ask for.
Are you still fucking with that mouse?
I just figured out how to get the lid off. You just lift it off. It's just
That's what Kyle said from the
Oh,
beginning.
he said slide it off, but it's a lift off. Oh, I broke it.
Oh,
I
jeez.
broke it trying to do it again. Oh no, I did it. See, it just comes off like that. Okay.
So tell me about you guys. I mean, I know that we're in the middle of Taco Lent, which I totally support. I went and did my research, did my due diligence.
Yeah, are you jumping on board? Are you going to start eating tacos
Oh man,
for the next 40 days?
I'm totally on board with that. That sounds like a brilliant idea, and I have access to some of the best here in this town. So, hell yeah.
I was born and raised Catholic, and I kind of gave up on Catholicism in my college years after,
you were a late give upper.
Yeah, my first run through the psychedelics or something like that, and then all of a sudden, whoa!
You were never an altar boy. That's why
I had a question about faith, and so anyway, the long story short is, instead of giving up something for Lent, I decided to dedicate my life to something, and that can be a challenge too. And you say eating nothing but tacos for 40 days. How hard is that? It's actually pretty hard, especially if you don't want to just eat at the same taco truck every day, 3 times a day, you know, for 40 days.
And you're talking discipline. I mean, and the point is like some kind of weird discipline. So might as well be, discipline is discipline to me, man. Totally.
It's also difficult when you have a family that you have to feed as well, and they are not into 40 days of tacos. It makes it a tad bit harder to dedicate yourself
fatigue? To. Is it the context? Is it for tortilla fatigue?
I don't know if it's tortilla fatigue or just the idea that we're doing something that Jimmy came up with. I think my family is anti-Jimmy.
But listen, you can get creative. You can butter those tortillas and fry them up, and then put some like cinnamon sugar on them. Fill them with strawberries. Have yourself a dessert taco. I'm still trying to find a damn Choco Taco in town.
Choco Taco. Oh my God.
I have not seen any Choco Tacos anywhere around here.
And when I do find them, that shell is going to be so stale.
Well, they used to have them at Taco Bell, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I remember the Taco Bell that was on Lamar there, right before you got to the bridge. And that for a Choco Taco fix.
Taco Bell has really disappointed me recently by taking off some of my favorite items from the menu. I was very, very unhappy with their decision to take the Mexican pizza from the menu. First of all,
well,
it's a staple.
Get in line. I was disappointed years ago when they finally retired the Mexi Melt, one of the finest of all of the items on the Taco Bell menu, right? But not a taco. It's a Mexi Melt.
That's true.
We've had arguments about this, and you can deconstruct it and maybe eat it like a taco, but still, it's a gray area.
Well, yeah. And what's funny is you look in the window when you're sitting at the drive-thru, and you can see the Easy Bake Oven that they're using.
So now you've left Austin to go, and when you're on a new journey out there in El Paso, returning to your roots, and what are you getting? You're getting a PhD or a doctorate?
No. I never thought I'd go back to school at all. I just, because I have such a chip on my shoulder, dreary story about going to school in the first place, but coming back, it just seemed like something to, creatively spend my time as I've come back and kind of try to figure out how do I fit back into, kind of the family with the business that my dad humbly has down here and things like that. And I've got some older, a grandparent that, uses some help. And so it kind of worked out perfectly, but I thought getting a master's in communication is the goal, but we'll see. And I think what I'm just going to end up being is one of those guys that sits at city hall meetings and, becomes a thorn in people's side, having kind of this wealth of, it's funny. Nobody gives a shit what you've done for the last 30 years, but it's really interesting for you to kind of have spoken about it. Cause you get to a point and you realize nobody really cares and it's cool, but you start another chapter, and it's like, well, these things become kind of like tools in your belt, man.
Right. Yeah, that sounds like what Jimmy's striving for, to be the creepy old dude at city council meetings that
Yeah, we'll share notes.
drives everybody insane. You know what I wanted to ask about is I saw something about a band that you were in called Nooner.
Yeah.
And I was wondering about the name of the band. Is it what most people would consider a nooner, noontime sex? Is it named after?
It does refer to what we used to politely say as a midday rendezvous.
Okay.
I didn't come up with a name. We thought it was, but I will say that I think it had its own level of brilliance, because it did kind of hook people's mind. We came up with a pretty cool logo, and we had a pretty good run. It was a lot of fun. We made one video. We got the people. I was working for Robert Rodriguez and Elizabeth Avion, his producer at the time, and they were very tolerant of my using their copy. I worked in the art department on a couple of their shows, and so they let me use their huge copiers to do our flat posters. And I'd go down to Stubbs, that wood fence that's right outside the along Red River, and you'd wake up in the morning, man, and it would look like somebody plastered that place, and that was me. But
Nice.
we had a good run. We opened for Bob Schneider a couple times, and have some good stories.
What style of music did you guys play?
I used to call it ego rock. It was like like real riffy. Our heroes were Cheap Trick and U2.
Yeah. I hear you.
It was fun. It was a blast. Then we got a video. Actually, you guys like the Clash?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So we did a video. The one video we did. So in my casting and in production work, I became friends with a guy named Titos Menchaca. I'm going to call him out. Anyway, he was the Sheik in the Clash video.
In the Rock the Casbah video?
The Rock the Casbah video was shot in Austin in the early 80s when they played the Coliseum. That's the other Chris Tellez. Yeah, there you go. He found it.
There you go.
So, and the world didn't explode when we were in the same room. But anyway, so we did this video, and Chris. Titos asked me to do a charity for something, and I said, okay, but when we do a video, you got to reprise your role as the Sheik. So we got him to play the Sheik in our video. That's kind of, and then along with Elizabeth's twins that are the crazy babysitter twins, Electra and Alan from the Robert Rodriguez movies. You know what I'm talking about?
No. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the babysitters. Anyway, so you can look that up. The song's called Confide. It was a blast.
Sweet.
Amongst the things that I tried to accomplish.
I'm glad to know that it's actually named after noon sex. That's great.
So how do you see, like I've got friends, the mommy of we're sponsored by Fluffy White Biscuits. It's a friend of ours' dog. She pays.
There she is.
Fluffy White Biscuits.
Have her as a sponsor. She's in production. She's doing commercial work right now. Crews are starting to get started now. There's a COVID coordinator on set, for these productions. Are you seeing, and in your experience, are you seeing that we're going to start getting back to normal this year
for productions?
Yeah.
I think if normal is going to be where people have to get their temperatures taken, and if normal includes the crew getting cool with wearing masks, especially around the people that are in the show,
the talent and whatnot.
Yeah, because and then even the talent having to put them on. I was in a group today earlier that was a lot of professors and a doctor and a guy that used to be a music kind of guy from here. Actually, the guy who started I Love Video lives here. Anyway, and he was involved, and we were talking about this kind of stuff and what can happen. And I don't, the consensus is it's just going to be weird for people to accept much else for a little while. And we'll see what happens. I'm a big political geek. I can geek you out about that stuff. But basically, I just think that we just got to be cool with it. But and go get vaccinated, and then as soon as we can get out there, man, I can't wait. I've got some older people in my family I had to watch out for. So
at this point, I feel like it's almost become like a fashion trend where people are just gonna keep wearing masks. They're accessorizing so much with these fucking things now that why give it up? It's just one more thing that I can. There you go, Jimmy.
Well, I think that it's nutty that in a time where you've seen the most unrest in the country is the time when we can identify everybody the least, right?
Right.
So that's really interesting.
Now, Dwayne was looking at your Facebook and he was like, "Oh, of course, Jimmy, you got somebody with political leanings." And
Jimmy likes to get political on the show.
All right.
I don't want us to get political, but are you enjoying?
I'm too stupid to get political. So
are you enjoying now? Are you enjoying the respite from the last 4 years, or are you tense and worried about what's fermenting in the shadows?
Well, first of all, I mean, a brick or one of the soiled pants we were talking about earlier would be a better situation than we were in the last 4 years. So having said that, I think the bar is set really low. I think that, I
feel like the country
lament what we could have had.
I
lament what we could have had. I mean, I think we're getting we basically elected a centrist, a moderate Republican, and that's what I think was made more people comfortable. And we'll do what we can. That's as how deep you want to get, man.
Well,
I'll go there.
And then look, my mom's maiden name was Saenz, Saenz, with the tilde on the end, and my family's from Brownsville on her side, all throughout Texas. Been here since before it was the state, when it was the Republic, and been here since before it was the Republic of Texas.
Yeah.
So, but what is going on? And with Tellez, am I safe to assume that you have a Hispanic lineage? And
oh my God, 3/4 of my lineage.
So, what is it? What is going on with the Hispanic vote? And then how crazy is it for people to be like, and what happened to the Hispanic vote when there's so many different segments of the Hispanic vote in America? There's an easy one for you.
Yeah, well, first of all, people that originate from, say, Cuba or Puerto Rico are not, are wonderful people, but not the same as the people that grew up whose people came from Central or Mexico, South America. It's just a different experience. So, that's the first and foremost that they always get wrong. The other thing is that, I think overall, I have to remind myself that I'm a bigger geek about it than most people have time or want to bother with. So I probably, but at the same time, I think that what I've seen and again, this is kind of what I'm getting into with the school thing, but what I've seen and what I've seen reports of is that, the people that don't pay that much attention because they have other things to do, like make a living, got really, the fact that a lot of them in around the Valley voted for Donald Trump was the number one reason. It seems to be they got a check that had his name on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's great. And so when they talk about this guy, Biden, who's writing checks, it's like he's already negotiating with himself. He should go for the big ones. They want for the big money because people need it in a month. And it's only 1 month's rent at best in Austin, right?
Right.
And rent doesn't happen just once a year. And this thing's not over. And too many bars are still closed. You can't ask people to close their business and then not provide them a way to sustain themselves the way every other country has done. So it's all just mealy. It's watered down. It's like he has the ability Kamala Harris has the ability to overrule the parliamentarian for this $15 minimum wage. She has the ability to do it. And if she doesn't, then it just shows you that they don't really want it that bad.
You think that's part of the game? I mean, because
I can't argue with any of that.
They seem to have capitulated really easy to dropping the $15 an hour. They're like,
They
oh,
capitulated to the $2,000.
Yeah.
They were saying 2,000, and then, I mean, blatantly, we'll do this if you do this.
They got elected on us having $2,000 checks in hand already.
And it's confounding because you go, don't we want to win again? Don't we want to? But because if you did just one of these things, man, and I don't want to get too much on it, but based on what I'm seeing is that we spent as a country $80 billion more than the previous year under Trump for military spending, more than we did before. We already know we spend way more than every other country times 10 combined. The next one is not even close. So we already know we spend too much. We already know that it's basically socialism for the wealthy. It's a rigged system for the military industrial complex. We don't need to spend that money. So if we took that 60 instead of 80, if we took 60 billion of that same money, we could do Medicare for all every year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just, and with 70+% of the country that wants it, when you don't do it, there's only one reason I can think of as why.
Because the money doesn't want to do it.
Right.
Exactly.
Big business.
So anyway, I told you, I warned you. I didn't.
Dude, it's just like in the comic books, man. You want to find out who the fucking villain is, follow the money.
Follow
the money. I don't know why I even bothered getting into politics. I just read comic books and learn this shit. Fuck.
There you go. It's all there.
Chris.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, by the way.
Thank you for answering my message. I was like, okay, Chris has a gig. He's rescheduling on me. I can't have Chris Tellez. What about Chris Tellez? And this worked out.
Hey, man.
Tellez.
Anytime I need to fill in, if he flakes on you again, let me know, man.
And look, if you ever see him coming across, you see his headshot. He's a great guy. He's hilarious.
Oh yeah. Well,
put him in.
If I get back into that game, I will let him know. But if he needs an agent, then have him call me because I know some good people in Austin that can help him out.
And listen, I like the idea of you getting involved in politics. You seem like you've got a good head on your shoulder, and your experience rubbing elbows with all the creatives around here. I know you're not going to forget about us. So,
hey, man, don't forget about me. That's the thing. And anytime I'm honored to be able to coattail off of Tellez, then I'm happy to do that. He's a good guy.
Thanks.
You got anything you want to plug ever? Just hit us up on the social medias. We're here for you, man.
Deal. I appreciate it.
Nooner reunion coming soon.
Nooner reunion. Yeah. All right. You let me know. I'll be there.
Okay. Take care,
man. All right.
Chris Tellez.
That's fun.
You check him out on IMDb and you'll see all the flicks that he's been a part of. And
he needs to update.
Nice
needs to update his IMDb profile with a photo. He needs a photo. He's a handsome man. He needs a photo on his IMDb page.
He's behind the scenes, so he's not looking to book. So some people don't do that. Well, he's still there. What, Chris? Is he still there, or is he gone?
He is still there. Is he still there? No, I think he's gone.
He's gone. He's frozen.
No, he's gone. Yeah, he's frozen.
Okay. What video, Kyle, are we going to watch for our break video?
You asked me in the chat, and I told you in the chat.
We're gonna do episode 2.
There we go.
Bounce houses and baseball cards.
Web of the Bounce Houses and Baseball Cards web series, episode 2. Okay, we'll do it. Be right back.
Well, what is it, Silent Bob?
We gotta go to Reno.
I'm not going to Reno.
Dad's dead.
Dad? Like our dad? Dad?
Yes, like our dad. Dad.
Well, I can't go, so
Did you hear what I said?
I'm busy, all right? I've got stuff to do.
Please don't start this now, Dan.
I've got a gig, Frank, an important gig.
Bullshit. After the stunt you pulled today, no one's gonna let you within 50 yards of their kid.
Look, it's unethical to cancel on a kid's birthday party. It's like rule number 101-B, straight from the Clown Code of Ethics.
Oh, it's a fucking clown code of ethics. That's what it is? You serious?
Yeah.
Is that the clown code of ethics that taught you to learn how to paint your face from a YouTube video? Or maybe, I don't know, buy your costume online used? Maybe it's the one that said, yeah, you should pull out a knife in front of fucking 30 kids and their parents. Don't talk to me with fucking ethics, all right? Just get your shit together. We're leaving right now, Dan.
Dan? There's no Dan here. This isn't the Dan you're looking for.
I'm fucking serious. Get your shit together, Danny.
There is no Danny. Only Rasta!
You serious? What the hell is wrong with you? What do you want, huh? What's it gonna take you to leave? I'll give you back the hypothetical $1,000 you lost, huh?
Make me an offer. I can't refuse.
Fuck off. What an offer you can't refuse, huh? How about I ultimate warrior your ass right here, right now? Let's go. You think you're tough? I'll fucking pile drive you into the ground, put you in the trunk, and take you to Rio myself.
Everybody's talking
The fuck?
all this stuff about me. Why can't they just let me live?
Oh, this is like absolutely ridiculous. All right, take the fucking clown costume off. I don't care how funny you think it is. You know, Dad would hate it.
Well, Dad won't be there. Technically.
Fuck you. Are you fucking serious, dude? The fucking smart one. You're such an idiot.
I don't need permission. I'll make my own decisions. That's not about the fuck. Damn.
What the fuck are you saying, dude?
Dude, Bobby Brown and Bobby Bonilla.
That's a home run stroke every time.
What the fuck?
Bobby Bonilla.
Take the costume off. You're
Freaking
going.
Bobby.
Not dressed like a fucking clown, all right?
Just read the offer. I could so own you right
Fuck
now, you
you.
little bitch.
I'll give you the Bobby Bonilla card.
And there is no question.
And he hit it in the right spot where he could.
Hey Pam, it's Frank. Look, I'm not gonna get out to the game. Tell Danny I'll catch back up with him when I get back from Reno. Reno.
How about that? If we leave right now and take off the fucking clown costume, I'll give you your prize Bobby Bonilla card. Final offer.
Deal. I'll meet you in the car. I could so own you right now, you little bitch. You're luckier, my little brother. Shoes. It's gotta be the shoes. Hey, can I at least wear the shoes? You know, as part of the offer?
Yeah. Whatever, man. Let's just get on the road.
Roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
All the game, knew the players by their
Yes.
Oh, the umpire, he was wrong all along. Good and strong.
Good and strong.
Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys, he knew he made the gang sing.
Okay. Look. Yeah, to the crowd. So that didn't go as well as we wanted it to. I think this is all Kyle's fault. Kyle.
It's okay, man. Kyle had to leave town and go and take care of some things, and he's doing the least he could do.
Yeah.
To get on and just try and make this show happen. So don't hate on Kyle. Shit happens.
Kyle.
Fuck it. No big deal. Best show ever.
You're in Houston. You're with family, where you love to be with family, and you are taking care of family, and
you should probably pay for your family to have some better fucking internet. That would be the least you could do.
Can't unmute his mic.
No, I don't know what.
He won't let me unmute his mic. Okay, goodbye. All right.
He's unmuted now.
Goodbye. Nope.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I'm out.
Okay.
Don't bring me back in here.
Okay. Ever again. Okay. Okay. Thank you to Chris Tellez for Tellez for joining us.
Yeah, that was fun. I like Chris.
You know, it was a crazy idea of mine. Just swap Tellez's. And
look, man, he looks like Armand Desante, and I got a thing for Armand Desante. So
who's Armand Desante?
He's a fucking actor, bro.
What's he do?
He acts. Man, he's a fucking actor. He fucking acts. I mean, it's a self-explanatory job title, bro.
Okay, you're an actor. You act. This is the question: Do we just do 53 minutes with our next guest? I mean, he's already ready to go.
I mean, he's been ready to go before. He was ready to go before we were ready to go.
Let's just bring him on here. Okay, so we've got Wild Bill Ogden, a pariah. No, he is part of. He is Austin. Now, he was born and raised in a hovel town in Oklahoma.
Hovel?
Yeah, is that like a humble town in Oklahoma?
Is it hovel or is it hovel?
I'm not sure.
Like dove, like hove.
I think the name
hovel.
The name of the town is Hovel, but it's a hovel of a town. But he's from Oklahoma.
Hey, look, Armand Desante, bro.
He does. He does.
See what I'm saying?
What does a plumber do?
Plums?
Yeah.
Lays pipe, Wilbur, is what he does. He lays pipe.
So back to Bill. So he's been, I believe he's been in Austin for 32 years, ever since he graduated with his doctorate at the Oklahoma State University
32 years ago
in rhetoric and philosophy. And I think he minored in ukulele, and so he's studied the music. He's got a band. He
doesn't look a day over 33.
He doesn't, but he not only creates music and writes music and performs music, but he gives back in by putting on productions. He does the honky tonk holidays. And then and this year, you know, because our practices were canceled, we had to do it claymation. And then last year he was supposed to, on 4/20 of 2020, supposed to do the Easter play, but that was taken from him by Jesus. Jesus took his Easter play.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but the claymation version of you was so much better than seeing you actually do it live.
Okay, take it easy.
I don't know if I mentioned that.
Don't encourage Bill, because he can very easily just replace me in all of his production.
Multi-talented, dude.
Making me out of clay.
I did not know his modeling skills were as advanced as they are, because that thing looked better than you actually look in person.
So without further ado, let's bring to the show. He fills a big space in my heart and hopefully in yours, Mr. Wild Bill Ogden.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, and you've got sweet Amanda Lynn with you.
Hi.
Oh, look, it's little Jimbo.
It's little Jim.
Right there.
I'm the narrator.
Howdy, friends, and welcome to the North Pole.
Look at that. Even sounds better than you do, really.
Thank you. Correct again.
Bill, thank you for joining us again.
You'll also like this feature. Check this out. The Jimmy Preston action figure comes with a breathing bag.
Mm,
You can put your figure in the breathing bag. Jimmy, have you ever tried a breathing bag?
No, I haven't.
Maximum comfort, I gotta say.
feel like
I know.
You've never had to put yourself in a bag to make it easier for people to breathe around you?
Look at this guy. Never
No.
slept better. Sleeping like a baby.
But I am honored by the breathing
Wish you would
bag
try.
because there have been characters from your claymation productions that haven't gone into a bag, and what happens? They harden up and become brittle and eventually end up in the trash can. Am I right, Bill?
No. I put them up for sale on social media and nobody buys them.
It wasn't clear that it was sale.
I'm not really organized lately. My shit's all over the place. I'm getting a lot done. I'm just not organized. But I feel like production is where I need to focus my time.
Well,
Organized chaos almost, right?
No,
for sure.
Yeah, before the shutdown, you're playing gigs. You're all over Texas and the Southeast and Southwest. You're doing your thing. You were supposed to have a European tour this summer. That was canceled.
That's actually true. That's one of the first correct things you've said so far.
Since 8.
Hey, by the way, Chris was a cool guest. That was really neat. I remember watching Austin Stories when that was on MTV.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been here in Austin? Bill?
32 years. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 32 years.
I've been here since 2004.
Okay.
So,
and then so
years.
you've seen it change. I know I always see in your memories, you're always sharing memories from the old Flipnotics, and
I saw one today about Red Eye Fly, and we had a band called Sin Pantalones, which is without pants for you white people out there.
My best birthday ever at the Red Eyed Fly.
How many
Were you
bands?
at that show? You and the 4 other people? That was great.
How many bands have you been in, Bill, over the course of your musical career?
I don't. Well, I could probably count them for you, I guess, if I had to. Probably like 7 or so. I don't know. I mean, like
that's a solid
not
number.
Not a lot.
Hey,
It's a
now,
modest number.
In all of the bands, have you been the lead singer?
No. I played bass at a couple of bands. I like playing bass. I enjoy playing bass. I played in Canto for a little while. I played in a Ramones tribute called Shock Treatment. That was a really fun time, actually. Playing at the 710 on Halloween was one of my favorite memories ever. And we were a Ramones tribute band on Halloween. We played with the Devo tribute and a Misfits tribute. And
Perfection.
It was a lot of fun. The old days.
So
But
look,
yeah.
Christmas play this year. We started having some rehearsals, but then the numbers started going up, and it just didn't seem like it was going to be the responsible thing for us to do a live show with people in the audience. So you had the heartbreak of that.
Basket practice. It was really ridiculous.
But that wasn't the first heartbreak you had during this COVID stuff, because the play, you were supposed to have the Easter play last year, and that was going to be with people on stage. Tell us what we missed last time.
I forgot I was going to get the Easter poster, man. If you can find it over there, I think we might have it. Anyway, never mind. You know what? Hand me the possum here. The Easter play was, I actually wrote this with Amanda, so I'm glad Amanda's on the show. Welcome, Amanda, to the show.
Thanks.
Hi, Amanda.
The whole premise of the Easter play is basically that this weed selling, dildo slinging possum comes around town, and he's up to no good.
Okay.
Actually, he's up to a lot of good.
Now,
an albino possum.
That's the thing.
Well, no. He does have some gray fur.
Oh, okay.
Now, Bill, there are undertones of honky tonk holidays that kind of ruffle the feathers of, say, the religious elite. And so with this being an Easter, what are you calling it again?
Oddity.
Easter
oddity.
with this being an Easter oddity, and Easter being a I think most people would assume that it has something to do with the Christian faith. Is there a Jesus in this play?
I can tell you one thing.
Yes.
There's no Easter bunny.
Okay. All right.
It's that religious.
It's okay. So what themes? What
Are
what's
there
so
any
wrong?
zombies?
What are they
in
going to
the play?
walk away with? Are they going to learn something about?
I like that question.
Okay.
I mean,
If you don't want to spoil anything, I understand.
not counting Jesus, the answer is no.
Okay, good answer. Good answer.
That's the way we answer that one.
Good
Jimmy,
answer.
what was your question?
When somebody walks out of the theater, the virtual theater where they watch this, which is probably going to be online this year, right?
The living room, yeah.
And you're probably going to run it on Twitch, on your Twitch channel, which they could probably also get more information about it through your Patreon, which I'm a supporter of. I help keep the lights on at the Wild Bill Ogden house.
That's fact. That's actually
every month, no matter how terrible I do at being a human, I say to myself, at least Bill can pay his water bill.
Are you on the? Are you subscribing to the OnlyFans as well, Jimmy?
That is my OnlyFans.
Yeah, it is.
You can see my small penis and more on
Yeah.
Patreon. There you go.
Watch me shit.
But the question is, when somebody watches the Easter Oddity by Wild Bill Ogden, also Amanda Lynn.
That's right.
What are they gonna? They're gonna be like, oh, I learned this about myself, or this about the universe, or this about my belief structure. What are they gonna walk away with? How are they gonna be enlightened by this play?
I don't know if they'll be enlightened. I really hope they'll be entertained. But because I get what you're getting at, and I'll try to answer your question because it's kind of a fun one, and I've had a few beers. He's trying to dig down into my onion layers, and I'm not going to let him. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I really just hope we can laugh at ourselves, and that's why I do any of my storytelling. I think, first of all, it sure doesn't attack religion or whatever. If you want to say that, you can say that, but I think it's good old fashioned fun. My mom can watch my movies and have a laugh, so I'm pretty sure I'm not like exactly shock rock.
How many crosses on the wall does your mom have in her house?
This play definitely. What's that? How many crosses?
How many crosses on the wall?
On the wall.
My mom's not necessarily a cross keeper.
Oh no.
She's got coffee. She's got spoons. She's got a spoon collection.
There are at least
She's got plate
9.
collection. She
I
has
moved
plates
at least
up- there's
9.
plates up on the ceiling of the kitchen. It goes right. She's got like a shelf with plates on it, and then a spoon collection. So that was like the kids' go-to present. If you don't have anything for mom, it's her birthday or Christmas, get her a spoon.
In fact, one time when someone was gifted a cross in your family,
They
they were like, "What is this?"
They were pretty critical of getting a cross as a gift.
Well,
And
what
cross?
What did you grow up? What was your religious flavor growing up?
Or was there a
I grew
religious
up-
flavor?
I went to church in the Church of Christ as a child.
Okay. But they
Which is
don't
like
they
it's
don't-
like a method. It's kind of like a watered down, nothing like Baptist or Catholic. It's just pretty standard fare. We passed communion around. You didn't get up and go kneel or anything.
Not a lot of propensity for kid diddling and that kind of shit.
You could definitely listen to sports radio in our church. Easter play. I guess if you want to say what's the point of it or what are you supposed to get out of it, it's a lot like holidays in the way of I guess it just challenges like the things that we believe and pokes fun at the things that we believe that we really can't really prove, but we believe in them. And the big deal about the Easter thing is it's about a family of 4, and they each have one secret. And the secret is not really kept secret. It's quite obvious. It's like an unspoken thing.
They
But the
think
family,
that nobody else knows,
and they go on about their business as if,
right, but everybody knows.
which is
Everybody
actually,
Sometimes.
I think that's kind of fairly common.
There's probably a term for it.
And then all hope is lost when fantasy becomes reality, and reality becomes
fantasy.
I guess, yeah, non-existent.
Yeah,
Irrelevant. Reality
so
becomes irrelevant in the end.
This is like one of those Freaky Friday movies where it's like, I wish you didn't even exist, and then the dad and the mom switch bodies.
This
and
is
then,
one of those movies where you should prepare the same way you would prepare for a presidential debate, Jimmy.
Mushrooms.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Saying
I'm looking
nice and
I'm
even
looking
keel.
looking forward to this this outfit. I mean, you know, we missed it last year, and I feel terrible about it, but I got over it, you know. And then, but now it's coming back with a vengeance, because before you had I had other things going on, and I couldn't audition for it, and now you've just stopped hiring other actors other than me because you've just taken over all the actors.
And you're difficult to work with.
I am difficult to work with, but you're like the Sheena E of claymation. You're bringing the beat and the heat with all these molded faces. But talk about how important it is to continually put out content for while you're stuck inside. What's happening?
I think it's different for everybody. I don't think that everybody has to do that. I don't think some people, for me, a break was good, and I'm doing a lot now, but a break was good. And it was really fucking nice. The shutdown was nice for a little bit because it took us out of the grind and the ruts that we were in. And I just kind of, it was a forced pivot because we, like I said, we couldn't fucking do things with people. And we, everybody kept telling me, "Oh, you should do this clay movie thing because of Senior Loco," and Senior Loco was not good, and I wasn't confident with that at all. And, I'll just do a whole damn hour-long thing with that, like this thing that I'm not even good at. And then I did it, and then it did end up a lot better than Senior Loco. So then this was just sitting in front of me, and then I realized, oh man, we all hope things to be normal by now, but they're not. And I'm just so happen to be lucky in my timing where I'm grinding them out and kind of have a few of these projects under my belt. So I hope to make this one better than the other two. But
Amanda, how many times have you been like, oh my God, have you just been playing with your clay dolls all day?
No,
You know,
it's the opposite actually. I'm like, when are you gonna get with the clay dolls again?
yeah, stop, leave me alone. I'm on a conference call.
much happier when I'm with my clay dolls.
I think you need to get to work, right? Yeah.
So Snowvid was productive for you, I guess.
Yeah, I would say so. And yeah, and another good way. I mean, like the virtual movie thing is fun, and it's a live thing like this with the chat. And we've been doing the Friday show lately to promote Senior Loco, which is the second movie that's done. It was the first one I did, and it's definitely the lowest quality, but it's the most. If Chris is watching it, I hope he is. If he's still around, it might remind him a little bit of Syphil and Ollie from, again, 90s MTV. So yeah, just finished Senior Loco in the middle of that, like holidays happened, and now the other one's happening. Just lucky timing.
I just saw this. I don't know if Kyle put this up earlier.
Don't be dumping on Oklahoma.
Dan says, "Don't be dumping on Oklahoma." Damn, I was dumping on Oklahoma earlier, but it was as a joke.
And I'm from Oklahoma, so you better take it easy, Jimbo.
Where are you from? Enos? Enos,
I add a P to that. I'm from Enid. I'm from Enid, Oklahoma. It's like exactly in between Oklahoma City and Wichita.
But growing up in Oklahoma, what's the difference mentality wise? I mean, because you grow up in this rivalry. Like, is it born in you? Like this Oklahoma?
We don't have the rivalry really like you guys have the rivalry. Well, I grew up in a family where we didn't have the rivalry thing. So we thought Texas was cool. We cheered for the Cowboys. We were an Oklahoma State family, so we didn't cheer for OU because they're cocksuckers. And so we actually cheered for Texas against OU because we were OSU fans, and we both went to OSU. So we didn't quite understand all the rivalry. It was just about the OU Texas game. And we're like, when we moved here, we're like, oh, we're fucking in the clear. We cheer for OSU. Like, hey, we'll cheer for you guys over OU. That's great. Well, they call us the Cowgirls, but that's okay. Won't hold it against anyone. I like Cowgirls.
Who doesn't? And you know,
I'll say this.
I grew up with my uncles were all Longhorn fans, and so I don't know, when we'd go down sometimes for Thanksgiving down to Brownsville, right? And
Jimmy, put your hand down.
Oh yeah. I was not born in Texas.
No.
But
Kyle's not here. He's like the only one on this show that was born in Texas.
A&M and Longhorns game would be on Thanksgiving, right? So they would always give us
Wilbur.
They would like make one of the kids wear this double brim A&M hat, and they would all just laugh like, ha ha ha. Got two brims. Those A&M people are so dumb. I never understood it until I dated my first the first woman that I dated that did go to A&M, and I got
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming to this.
Was there more than one?
No, I just dated one, and that was enough.
One was enough.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is, you don't have an inferiority complex with Texas. So living here now,
I mean, do.
How does Texas? How is Texas different? You know, from being a musician in Oklahoma and a musician in Texas.
Well, one fact that we've overlooked in this conversation is, while I am from Enos, or Enid as it were, Amanda and I both went to school in Stillwater, which is where Oklahoma State is, which is where Garth Brooks is from. And well, he's actually from Yukon, excuse me, but went to school at Oklahoma State and played on, if you know, Willie's in Stillwater. That was like his club. So we played at Willie's. So that was pretty cool. When we were there, Cross Canadian Ragweed was coming up, and they were going to school in Stillwater. Cross Canadian Ragweed, bowling. I'm trying to think of the other. Anyway, the red dirt thing was happening, and all the bands were like our age in college. So we were kind of chasing all that, and I didn't really fit into that, but it was just the thing. You know, if you were in college, you played in those bands, and you were going to play in a fucking red dirt band because that's what you did.
Yeah, especially if you were in college in Oklahoma.
It was a good way to learn music, I guess, and how to be on a stage and how to play in a bar. And then, you know, came here, and I didn't want to do that anymore. And then I got here and felt a fair bit of pressure to be like that for a while, but definitely broke out of that eventually. And I think we're in good shape now. I think I'm true to my Oklahoma roots.
With the Wild Bill and the Lost Knobs stuff, and then your recent, you know, solo album, just Wild Bill, which I believe I have.
I think I got a 1.5 star review on that one.
Can you guys hear those dogs barking? It's ridiculous.
No, I don't have it. It's in the rotation.
It looks like it's in the rotation because it's
Yeah.
not even in the stack.
You probably sold it on Jimmy's Bazaar.
I'm flattered.
On the wall stack. I got the leaning up against the record player stack over there. So Fighting for the Title was the last release that you put out, and that was like a cinematic musical masterpiece, right? Like a
supposed to be, yeah.
You did like a rock opera in a sense.
And you were in one of the performances. We did 2 performances, and you were in one of them. Yeah. And
I was.
And bless you, Jimmy. You even rented a costume.
I an orange suit, and I played
awesome.
Don King esque guy.
Promoter
Yes.
/ hater. We were trying to be George Clinton that night and do the Parliament, with the hating the characters and the.
But that album is like that could be it. Like if you went down in a helicopter tomorrow, that would be the last album that I'd ever hear of Wild Bill.
Maybe, but you know what you'd get?
It's a fucking morbid thought.
Well, it's Jimmy, and it's Saturday night.
The least you could do.
It's
the least you could do. You're right.
He reposted my fucking post and called that promoting the show. Anyway, I
called it promoting the show too, so I don't feel. I mean, fuck.
To your point, you'd get 10 sweet ass bonus tracks because our band, the Lost Knobs, we're working on a new album, and we've been in pre-production, which means we play the songs and then play them again and play them again, play them again until they're boring, and we fix them before we go record them. So we have some bootlegs out there of a new album.
Okay. All right.
Shit. So if we died now, I feel like somebody would be like, "Oh, let's hear those bootlegs."
Well, yeah.
Can you,
especially now that you said they're there?
Yeah. Can you just say it right now? Like, if anything happens to you before the album comes out, I have permission to go over to your house.
We have permission.
We have permission.
There comes that "we" word again. I hear that way too often on this show, right, Kyle?
We have permission to go into your house and get the lost tapes, and we can release it, and we have full authorization. We don't have to pay any of your family.
You have my cell phone.
Jimmy, if you can find anything like that in here or anywhere, then you got it. Yeah.
You will be having to dig through some concrete.
Well, I'm excited about that. And then tell us about your war with the English Muffin Divers. We had them on a couple weeks ago, and they said that there is this battle between Wild Bill and the Lost Knobs and English Muffin Divers. What is this? Is there really beef on the street, man? What's going on?
There's no real beef. It's like, Pearl Jam and Nirvana. We're all buds. I love them. I don't love them as much as John, the guitar player, loves them. John, the guitar player, loves the English Muffin Divers more than I do. I'll give him that. Okay. But then he's in the band, so that's not really fair. Yeah. Is John on the horn? Can we get him dialed in here?
He called in earlier. Did we miss him?
Obviously,
I don't think we have the bandwidth to do that.
This is all a big joke if you watch, because Pete's obviously our homie, and Pete plays in our band too. And Pete
is not available right now because
Gregorio plays bass in English Muffin Divers.
Gregorio Katsar was doing a water and MRE donation drive, and I believe Pete was on the Facebook chat yelling at him.
When we're talking about this Pete, that's Pete from the English Muffin Divers, not Pete from the Lost Knobs, of course.
Right. not
to differentiate.
Not the joke telling
branding correct.
Everybody's favorite Pete the Heat of Wild Bill and the Lost Knobs. Not that.
That guy wouldn't do anything wrong.
No.
That's Peter Ogden.
What is your long-term plan for the Easter play? Do people how do they get there? Where are they going to watch it? Is this just on the Twitch? Where is it, or an event? Tell us everything.
It's an event that's on Twitch. It's going to be just like Christmas was, which is good. It's going to be on my Twitch channel, which is free to watch. And we'll do a live stream. If you don't know what Twitch is, it's just a website. It's just like YouTube. In fact, it's exactly like Google owns YouTube and Amazon owns Twitch. So that's how that shit works. And the difference is you can play like you're in the 90s. I like the live chat. We have the live chat, and we do that, and you watch the video, and you get us like this in our living room, doing a little show, maybe playing a song or something before the show. Entertaining, watch the movie, come back, and we do a little outro. So it's kind of a live interactive experience just as an audience. I guess that's the goal of the whole thing, is to create a live audience to watch your show.
Live show.
I think you guys know something about that.
Well,
I mean, we're trying.
And because, again, I know you did your research because I asked you before the show and you answered me very clearly on that. We're also doing a show every other Friday to promote this debut of the Easter movie, which is April 5th or 4th, whenever Easter is.
I think it's not the 20th.
Really good God-fearing Christians.
When is Easter?
So,
oh, you know, there's the theme song and it goes, Easter's coming up your keister.
That's one
It
of
is,
the,
and we don't know exactly when.
Are you able to perform a song for us?
Easter. Easter's coming up your keister. Faster than a speeding train. It's a big old party for Jesus. Celebrate the second time he came.
So, do you hold any stock in Jesus coming back, and do you understand that some of the forces that we as Americans might be fighting against, not fighting against, but like when you're talking to somebody and you're like, hey man, maybe you should think this way, and they go, I have this book, it tells me all the truths. How do you go up against something like that when somebody's got all the truths in a book that was written by a bunch of people?
Something you said right there made me think of something I should have said earlier about this play, and that's the whole possum thing. So the possum is running this whole Jesus bit basically for you, and you'll get that out of it. No,
I don't want you to. I don't want to push you into a corner where you give away too much of the play. So if
you're getting into spoiler territory here, Jimmy.
You are, and I'll tell you if you want to go there.
Okay.
Well, I mean, let's not spoil it.
There's not much to the story, so that's kind of a big detail.
Okay, so look, this is the thing.
Do you feel like a little more than 2,000 years is too long to wait for a third cum shot?
I'll tell you this. Here's something somewhat interesting about the Easter play. Here's an anecdote or maybe a cool story that I can tell you about that happened during the writing and turning this thing from script to stage.
A little behind the scenes.
Yes. So when I was writing this, Jimmy's instantly not interested. When we were writing this,
again, here comes the
when she was writing this, write these great ideas down.
Take a
this is something I took it to a friend. I took it to a friend of mine here in town.
Okay.
Bit of a mentor, maybe.
Bit of a mentor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think we have a safe enough audience. I can say this. I took it to A. Whitney Brown, who lives here, who was a Saturday Night Live writer. He was on Carson like 4 times in the 80s.
Okay.
Daily Show original writer, creator, actually, I'm pretty sure.
So he read your script.
He read my script. He actually read my script, and my original ending. And I can say this because it didn't happen. Because thank God this
Everyone died.
beautiful man gave me some really great advice. I wanted to do a Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Everybody dies at the end. Easter, fantastic ending.
There's some sort of basement, like sex.
The way I was gonna do it was that the Easter Bunny came in at the end, who was never in the whole play, and
Right.
then just had sex with everybody until they died.
Right.
It's Jesus, it's the possum, it's the family.
That
He
part
gets
was all Bill. I didn't. have anything to
and
do with that one.
what he said to me, I'll never forget.
How
And
big
I
a
think
bunny
it's
we
a great
talking?
piece of advice.
Can I guess what he said?
Yeah.
He said, Bill, it's too much rape.
He put it a little more succinctly.
He said, he said, you have such a great story, and I love the possum character and what you've done with that. Your ending. Why?
Why? Why?
And so that was cool because he let me explain myself, right? That was like a big deal. Like I got a chance.
Now, see, this is the part that I wanted to get to is the explanation.
Well, let me tell you why I think it's very important.
What's the why?
Cool.
What's the why?
It's like a cool Quentin Tarantino slow motion, like everybody's getting blasted, but they're getting like banged to death in the LA. Like, oh my god! And she's just like, your story's really good. And it was kind of the whole thing of like the vibe of like, I believe in your story until you did. You basically said you didn't need to do that, dude. Like you don't need to like.
You went too far, even for A. Whitney Brown. This is a guy.
The ending. This is fairness. Just the ending.
Shared the stage with Jim Belushi, Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, probably what's his name? The Latka guy, Kaufman, Andy Kaufman, and it was too far for him. How
that crossed the line?
The ending was too much.
Was it just the fucking?
And
Was
it's
it
not
the
that it was too
velocity at which a bunny fucks? Is it,
think it was
the
like rabbit.
crazy size of a human-sized bunny's penis? What was it about the fucking?
I think he just felt that it didn't fit the story, and he actually thought, "Good job on the story. Don't blow this."
Yeah, this is a necessary.
It's actually something I've heard a lot in my life and have not listened to, but I did listen to this man,
This
and I
time.
changed my ending. And
Now,
the ending makes
are
a
you
lot
gonna
more
do a director's cut?
No, I'm not. No, and I'll tell you why. And I like that idea, but I'll tell you why. Because I got that fancy idea for Christmas, for the holidays. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do all this cool footage. Blah, blah. And I was, oh, wow. I did not realize how much time I did not have. Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm going to do the least I can do, but I'm going to make it look like it's not the least I can do.
And it's not going to
Hey,
be.
if you want to throw our name on there as like a least we could do production, feel free.
Yeah. Or is there a radio scene? Does the possum ever call? Does the possum call into like a radio station or anything and make a request? You know, we could do that. We'd be like, hey, 9097 492 WKDB. What's going on? Is Mr. Possum on the phone? Mr. Possum, what's going on there, Mr. Possum?
Don't you even want to know why the possum's there? I mean, I know you didn't do your research, Kyle. He didn't do his research, but
no, I'm the one that's supposed to do the research.
Yes,
research department meltdown.
Yeah,
Wayne is the research guy.
But you get a pass because you were busy this week.
I was not prepared for this episode at all.
He was
we thought we were having Chris Christopherson.
He was doing all the research on Tellez with a Z. And then I did a switcheroo
Your
on
first guest brought up Dave TV. Yeah. Dave Pruitt. I thought it was really cool. Anybody who knows Dave Pruitt's a cool motherfucker. Not that he's cool on his own, but very cool that he knew Dave.
No, we used to do a show right before Dave TV was being filmed, and it I mean, it was really hard for us to do the show because he had some hard hitting bands in that main studio.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Okay. Are we ready for memes?
Memes. I love this game. Yay!
Do we have memes?
I have memes.
Oh, Jimmy's got his own set of memes.
Let's see what's happening here.
You did all this?
I did. And
Are these Jimmy memes?
Jimmy memes.
Jimmy
Are
memes.
we looking at them on your computer from here?
Let's
From
watch
behind
Jimmy
you?
crappy memes. Do
But-
down, do down.
Okay.
It's just
There we
crazy
go.
that you actually did this
Open
on your
denier
own.
bingo.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, like,
Living in fear is the free space.
the
I
cure
love that one. Fake
virus.
news, Bill Gates. And then why are they laying off nurses and doctors?
I mean,
More likely to
it would
die.
not take long at all to win at this fucking game of bingo, depending on the crowd you're.
I never heard anyone say, "Why are they laying off nurses and doctors?" That's ooh, wow.
Like,
If it's such
any
a problem.
family function.
What's wrong with people? Wow.
How about
cleaning up?
Camptown ladies sing this song up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Do da.
Is this even a meme? That's a tweet. That's a tweet.
It's definitely from the Twitter.
104 pass if the Clarks are watching.
That's
I
not
like this one. I saw this
Fucking
week. My
bastard.
friend Dylan sent me this one. That's pretty good. He spilled the beans. That's nice.
This is handshake alternatives. Bump.
Oh, what's that?
Talking.
Oh, weird. Gross.
What? Whoa! I gotta figure out what. Oh,
I feel like that's a little more intimate than a handshake, even.
Whoa! Can we
Yeah.
just pause?
Ew.
Is that dick on dick?
Yeah,
What's
it's
docking?
like
No.
uncut dick on dick.
Oh yeah,
Oh!
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Uncut-
I'm guessing.
uncut on cut.
Why do
I
you know
believe.
that? Why? And why don't I? Oh!
I'm a
The
little worried.
doc a day keeps the doctor away. This is you, Dwayne.
Shit them.
Is this based on that conversation?
Oh,
earlier?
he should have spent.
That's
Hey,
pretty good.
No,
Fight,
he's not
take a
that
drink.
quick.
Fight.
That is pretty good. What?
But
Fight,
you know
I like
drink.
the wagon
I'm
wheels.
using the magic word.
I just noticed.
That's pretty funny.
wagon wheels for the first time right now.
Did you guys
What?
ever watch that
What did you
Amish
think of
Mafia
it?
show?
What,
What
show?
show?
Amish Mafia.
Oh yeah.
No, that sounds good though.
Drinking
Oh,
word
it's
of the day.
fucking
He's got
hilarious.
himself a beer.
Yeah, I did.
Who is
Our
this guy?
canceled characters.
Okay. Oh,
welcome
I'm glad we're on this one.
Yeah.
What's
A
up
new
with
hero.
the pet patrol dog, the Paw Patrol cop? Did he get
Because he's a
canceled?
cop.
So he got
just
canceled.
for being a cop.
Defund those fucks.
But that's not why he got canceled, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Because like Redskins is
He got
offensive.
he got canceled
Indians
because he's a
offensive.
cop.
No,
Yes,
I can
that's
actually see
why he
that.
got canceled because he's a
That's
cop.
pretty
I don't fucking get it. Okay, I get the other ones.
Brought some stuff from Mr. Potato
And,
Head.
and I also think the potato is misplaced in this meme because they didn't fucking like get rid of it. They just
well, he's
they're-
not Mr. Potato Head anymore, though, right?
It's just
that was
Potato
pretty
Head.
much his identity.
He's still Mr. Potato Head.
No, he's
It's-
not Mr.
No,
anymore,
it's
right?
just Potato Head now.
Potato
Don't-
Head is
Don't
the
gender
line.
my potato
I
head.
thought that's the line of the brand, and there's Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head
Not
in the
anymore.
brand.
Nope.
There's
Jimmy?
there's no
You
Mr. or
son of a
Mrs.
bitch! Don't you nod off on me? Did you do heroin on the break?
Hey,
No,
eyes
let him listen.
What the
This
fuck happened to Jimmy on break?
is the problem. Now, what are they going to
Big
do?
problem.
They're going to just send you a potato, and there's going to be a mustache. There's going to be a top hat, but then there's also going to be like a veil and a dress, and then we're just going to be dressing these androgynous potatoes.
Potato Head business. All of
What
us.
happened to the good old days when we just ate fucking potatoes?
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
Ask the Irish about that.
I
Don't.
did have some potatoes.
What
today.
happened to don't play with your food?
That's
Things that
potatoes.
make you go. That's pretty
I
funny.
like that.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's a
I,
good
I
tea,
would save that and send that to a friend every now and then in a text.
Guy's Guide to Washing
Put
Pans.
yourself it needs to soak.
Oh, she patted me on the back on that one. We got a reaction here for sure. Sure.
Let's talk about openly gay animals commenting on this.
Yeah, I love this. This is one of my favorite.
Works great. Openly gay animals.
Mars is the only planet inhabited solely by a robot.
Yes.
That
What
is
do you
true.
think about that?
I don't get anybody who wants to go to Mars. In fact, I think
Well,
that
nobody does. Only
Have you
robots-
seen?
Elon
robots
Musk
wanna
wants
go.
he should go to Mars.
Have
Elon
you
Musk
seen any of
wants
that
to go to
footage from that new
No.
rover? Like in 4K and shit, it looks like a shithole. Like who the fuck wants to go to
Hey,
Mars?
unless there's space babes and excellent
Trash
cocaine,
town.
There's
I'm out.
nothing.
Let me
There's
tell you,
nothing.
After what we went through,
It
last
looks like
week, I'm not going to
Sedona, man.
anytime soon.
needs some severe space
With-
boobs.
it
and
looks like
cocaine
Sedona
on
with less
Mars if I'm gonna
trees.
go. Watching people who this is another tweet, not really a meme. Watching people who largely make less than 40,000 a year talk about how
he needs to
raising
read it
them.
out loud.
Oh, did Jimmy read out loud?
No.
What?
I don't think
Bill,
he can.
Don't talk to me like I shouldn't be reading it. Would destroy the economy is one of the most impressive examples of John Stockton syndrome I've ever seen.
What do you think about $15 an hour? You know,
15 years. 15 years. She had your baby and she got you for 15 years. After 15 years, she found out it wasn't his. 18 years. We want prenup. We want prenup. Guys, it's another fucking tweet. Guys, if your woman grabs a knife in an argument, grab a jar of mayonnaise.
False
Her
information.
feminine instinct will kick in and she will make you a
Very
sandwich.
funny. Just
mean-
because we have history with sandwiches.
She might not stab you.
She will definitely stab.
That's
you.
also false
She might
information.
just- she
That was
might
also
just cut-
false Oh, Macho Man, is this for me? I know you don't care enough about me to get me my own meme. Okay. Yeah, Macho Man. If you remember this, your childhood was awesome. I fucking agree with that one. All
Yeah.
right.
I was never a Macho Man
Oh,
fan.
let's go back to that real quick. Can I tell you one weird thing about my childhood? I
Yeah.
remember
Just one, Bill.
just one, if I haven't already.
I was still in the
Okay.
Junkyard Dog then.
Hulk Hogan's skin tone. Check it out, right?
Oh,
Kinda
so
weird.
bad.
Not a skin.
Like,
That's a
I always remember as a kid, and you
Kinda
mentioned
looks
the
like a fruit
church.
roll-up.
So one thing we did before we went to church religiously every Sunday until my dad had a heart attack and nearly died
10?
was that we ate glazed donuts. And I always thought his skin as a kid looked like glazed
Oh,
donuts.
yeah, I could see that.
They were-
I was
they
like,
were
that's
It
so
was like a
oily.
Round Rock donut.
So before I thought about leather skin, because I didn't know that, the finer things in life. We don't have leather in Oklahoma. All of our boots are made out of rubber and plastic and aluminum.
Petroleum.
But yeah, I always thought it looked like the glazed donuts that we ate on Sunday morning. Okay, next meme.
That was a good one. Yeah.
It's a fucking other tweet. Okay. It's
Fascinating.
fascinating that people on Twitter, which we're on, don't realize that a gender neutral bathroom is like fucking bathroom in your house.
It's like fucking the bathroom in your
No,
house.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
that's
the
my
fucking bathroom.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Your
yeah,
house
yeah.
bathroom is a gender
It's
neutral.
gender neutral,
Hey,
yeah.
I'm telling you, that's how ours was last. Well, ours were not like that last week when we had no water.
Oh,
definitely had
we
not
we
gender-neutral
designated our
bathrooms.
own personal bathrooms because this is mine and this is yours. And get
Shout
that.
out to my
What are you
dead
doing?
stepfather who did have a urinal in his bathroom at home. That
Oh,
was
guess
badass.
what? Here we have another stunning tweet.
Let me read this one. Kevin.
Yeah.
Go.
Go take it away, Amanda.
It looks like it's a girl who posted. So
yes.
BK.
medication says do not operate heavy machinery. They're probably mainly referring to cars, but my mind always goes to forklift.
Man, that's an impressive voice for reading.
Good tweet.
Kind of disappointed.
Good.
in that.
Hey, let's do tweets with Jimmy.
Sorry.
Another tweet. Here we go.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is for sure.
You get Jimmy, you get the top, I'll get the bottom.
I totally forgot that I was going to be rated on these terrible tweet memes when you buy groceries, but order in that same evening.
Gotta let the new grocery settle in and rest, bro.
There's a term in accounting that it's FIFO, LIFO. First in, first out, first
Oh
in,
my
last
god,
out.
this is
Two different
ridiculous.
styles of accounting.
But there's also in.
I
This
just
isn't
wanted
even a meme. There's just a picture of some guys that is that Jimmy? That's
Me.
Jimmy.
Me. with long hair.
Where's his Tetons?
Oh,
Isn't it
why is
pictures
this just
Jimmy out?
pictures of you
We're
and
not
I
people?
was commenting
what-
before. I think
It's not a
Is that
fucking meme,
We're
bro.
not
This
even
is
looking-
you and a Mennonite.
Okay,
that looks good.
this is you in a Mennonite.
I would eat that.
Yeah,
That's
me too.
That's like a grilled cheese bagel and tomato soup.
I'd do more than eat that.
Looks.
You'd fuck that, wouldn't you?
All right.
Ew.
Did you just take
Just
a
take
bird
bath
bath?
in my sink? I'm cool with that. Thank you for your
I meet
Give me more time.
Thank you for your courteousness.
We talk. I explain that Lego people live in houses made of their own flesh. They leave.
I feel like that's my life right now, actually. I got in trouble for putting pictures. Never mind. Greta, watching you sit on a plastic dildo instead of a cucumber. Right?
So
Very
wasteful.
nice.
You can still eat a cucumber.
That one makes me uncomfortable.
Is this peanut butter jelly kind of?
Yeah, it's gross.
That's how I'm trying to be with someone.
I do kind of want to lick that person's hand, though.
Ew.
Here's a tweet. Let this tweet serve as a daily reminder for Texans everywhere. They blah 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 blah. Too long, didn't read.
Yeah.
HEB saved our lives.
Well, I
That's
guess
what you get for raising the fucking character limit.
I like that.
Oh, Amanda says the egg came
Oh,
first.
sorry.
Oh, obviously. Look at the smile.
Also, if you look at the chicken, it looks like it's holding a
I
dick, but that's a
know.
bedpost.
That's on purpose, right?
Not only did he come first, but he came quick.
Oh, is that it? Are you kicking us off the show because it's midnight?
I have
still
to go to
would
the bathroom
want
so
to read
bad.
that one about the Texans. And
It's
the-
been 3 days, and here we are.
I
The
haven't
least
heard
you
that
can do.
today.
It was all about HEB being the real hero. Once again, they saved us. They
I
saved
don't
us
even
through
get that
COVID.
statement.
They saved us through COVID.
By being open.
Hey,
Yeah.
HEB is the best thing about Texas, and I think we can all agree, being
Okay.
all non-original Texans here, that HEB is the best part of Texas.
I agree.
Okay, and maybe second, like a close second. The DQ.
No, because DQ's everywhere.
Yes, the theme song is good. Yeah.
I feel
DQ's
a little
fucking
offended
everywhere.
that John from the English Muffin Divers didn't call in for.
No, abandoned.
HEB is Texas only.
And Pete didn't
DQ
call in.
is everywhere. Fuck
Oh,
DQ.
so nobody even
All right.
comment.
Well, listen, that's it for this show. We're done.
That's it.
That's all.
I
Tired.
have another hour of material.
I know. I know.
This is the least we could do, though.
I mean, I took $15 worth of drugs. I'm going to be up till 3 in the morning.
I
He's
want
still mad at
everybody
me for
to-
forcing him to
to,
do a
uh,
show last week.
And now we're out of whiskey. I've just been informed we're out of whiskey.
World
Oh,
of
well,
Wild
fuck, it's
Bill.
time to shut it all down. I mean,
World
if
of
you want to
Wild
keep
Bill.
going, we could totally keep going.
Maybe Jimmy could put some more memes on.
I have to pee. so
Jimmy,
bad.
just
Jimmy,
wait,
Jimmy's acting like he just got in a fight and took a duty in his pants.
It'd be very unprofessional if I run off the show before I get this exit out. Okay.
all right.
World of
Kyle's
Wild
mad
Bill.
now. Let's just
Do your
shut
pee-pee
this whole
dance. I want to see.
fucking thing
Let's
down.
stay on the air
Jesus
till Jimmy
Christ.
does his pee-pee dance.
WorldofWildBill.com.
He's already doing the pee-pee dance.
Go
Look
there.
at him.
I'm not cleaning that up.
You're gonna see all the information for the Easter oddity for Dwayne Primo, for Kyle Bauer. I'm Jimmy Preston and Amanda Lynn. Thank you so much for joining us, Wild Bill. Thank you. Thank you to Chris Tellez.
Thank
Tellez.
you, everybody but Jimmy.
Okay, that's it. It's the least we could do.
Look, he's doing his pee-pee dance. Kyle, keep it going. He's starting to do his pee-pee dance.
Oh, he's gonna piss himself.
I'm doing my pee-pee dance.
I didn't even wear real pants for this.
I love you guys. This is the best show ever. You guys are the kings of
Sweatpants.
whatever genre this is. I want to be part of it.
Totally sweatpants. I've never heard this music. Where does this come from? I like it.
Delicious Brian Nelson.
It's so chill. Probably why it's taking so long for Jimmy to pee.